Welcome back. Today I'm taking a look at the Muzen Wild Go Bluetooth speaker. Let's check it out. There is an owner's manual, a Type A to Type C charging cable, and that's basically it. So I'll put everything off to the side here, and I'll give you guys a nice close-up of the Muzen Wild Go here. And while you guys are checking this out, let's talk about some of the features and specs. So it's available in two different colors, a deep sea blue and the color that I have right here, a gravel white. It features Bluetooth 5.0. It has a 4 ohm, 5 watt, 36 millimeter loudspeaker with an amplifier power of 4 watts. The signal to noise ratio is greater than 70 decibels. And its system frequency response is 80 Hz to 18 kHz. Built in, there's a 3.7 volt, 500 milliamp hour battery that's charged via the USB Type-C port on the side. And it has an IP rating of IPX5. The X means the dust proofing wasn't tested, and the 5 means it can sustain low pressure water jets hitting it from any angle. Alright, so let's talk dimensions. It comes in at 2.97 inches by 1.4 inches by 2.17 inches. And according to my weight test, it comes in at 6.1 ounces. That's 174 grams. So if you're familiar with Muzen's other mini speakers, you're going to take a look at this Wild Go here, and you're going to see a lot of differences. Muzen basically stripped out all the extras and left you with a pretty basic speaker here, in my opinion. Let me bring in the Wild Mini right here. I did do a review on this, and this is more military inspired, and you can definitely see the differences if I just circle those around like that. And basically a clone to the Wild Mini. This is the CyberCube Premium, except this has an LED light show and it does have a fidget spinner here for some reason. And yes, I did review both of these. I'll put a link down below if you missed those. But let's get back to the Wild Go here. So basically, I'm looking at the Wild Go here as the no frills, no nonsense version of those two speakers here. And at the same time, it comes with a cheaper price tag. They're asking $90 MSRP for the Wild Go versus $109 for the Wild Mini here and $160 for the CyberCube Premium. So for those of you who don't care about the LED light show, the fidget spinner, and all the extras such as a little flashlight on the top, you can save yourself some money and go with the Wild Go. But when it comes to the internal specs, they're almost exactly identical except for the battery size. The CyberCube Premium here has a 1000 milliamp hour battery versus only a 500 milliamp hour battery here. And you can definitely see it's a stripped down version. Right here is a power button, right here is a Bluetooth reset button, right here is a track forward and track back, the volume up and volume down knob, which is still a mechanical knob, which I absolutely love. Right here on the side is your USB Type-C port with your LED charging indicator, and basically that's it. Oh, and I forgot the little lanyard attachment right here on the side that you can put a strap or a handle, which I definitely suggest that you do. Because I don't know if you can tell, but this body here is very, very shiny, but at the same time, it's very slippery. And it's summertime right now, so if your hands get sweaty like mine do in the summer, holding this, it gets very, very slippery just based on how slippery this body is. So if you have some kind of lanyard or wrist strap, I would definitely suggest putting it on this little attachment here. And speaking about the body here, it still feels like it's built very, very well. Not nearly as well as the Mini Rugged right here. This thing is a brick in a little miniature tank. I love the build quality of this and the CyberCube actually. And I mentioned that in my review of both of these speakers here, but when it comes to the Wild Go here, it still feels very nice, very rugged, but I'm saying nowhere near something like this. So on the very back of the speaker, you'll see two rubberized feet where you can lay it on his back as so, and then right on the side, you'll see two rubberized feet right next to the USB Type-C charging port, where you can actually lay it on the side just like that. Now getting back to the volume knob here, Muzen has some of my favorite volume knobs on Bluetooth speakers today, only because they use a mechanical volume knob that's clicky. Listen. Hear that? Usually Bluetooth speakers have push buttons, but Muzen uses a mechanical knob, which I love. Now, as good as the Wild Go's volume knob is, it's not nearly as good as something like the Wild Mini here. I love this volume knob, maybe my favorite on any Bluetooth speaker. But that being said, I'm still glad that Muzen left the mechanical knob here for the volume on the Wild Go. I like it. Now, one last thing I want to talk about before I jump into the sound test here is Muzen's rating of the Wild Go here at IPX5. Now it's the exact same rating as the Wild Mini and the CyberCube here. That's not my issue at all. My issue is what they wrote on their website. On the website, they write waterproof, dustproof, and splashproof. But with an IP rating of X5, the X means the dustproofing wasn't tested, so how can they claim this is dustproof? And then the claim of being waterproof with an IP rating of 5, which means it can sustain low pressure water jets hitting it from any angle. To me, the definition of waterproof is an IP7 or 8, where it's submersible in water. This is not submersible. So by putting dustproof and waterproof on your website, I think that's a little misleading. Splashproof is 100% accurate in this situation. So let's turn this bad boy on. What you want to do is just hold down the power button on the top for a couple seconds. Makes this little startup noise. And there we go. And there is a little LED light indicator right there on the top that starts glowing once it's powered on. So I'm going to change it up a little bit here for the sound test. First, I'm going to play a song at 25%, 50, 75, and 100%, just so you can hear the sound differences between those percentage levels. And then after that, I'm going to play 4 different songs at 1.5 minutes apiece. But the difference now is I'm going to play 4 different genres: hip hop, rock, country, and pop music, just so you can get a taste of each genre and what it sounds like through this speaker. All right, so I'm going to start with my hip hop selection here for the volume test. The speaker is about, I would say about 3 feet from my microphone, and let's start at 25%.
Creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll still be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision.
Try to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never say.
Alright guys, so hopefully those songs that I chose gives you a better idea of each genre and what it would sound like through the Wild Go here. So here are my thoughts on what I hear through the speaker, and they're basically the exact same thoughts I had on these two speakers right here that I reviewed from Muzen in the past. I think at 50% is actually pretty impressive, especially with this small little 36mm loudspeaker here. At 50%, the high, mids, and lows all sound very clear. There's definite separation between those channels. And even the vocals sound clear. I was sure to choose a couple songs with vocals in them just so you guys can hear what the vocals sound like. And I think at 50%, this little guy is pretty good. Now where the problems begin to start, at least in my opinion, are at 75 to 100%. Only because this speaker is plenty loud. I think it's just trying to do too much for its own good. Meaning this little speaker is so loud that at 75 to 100%, once any kind of bass or bass drum kicks in, it just gets really muddy and this little loudspeaker just can't handle it. And I said the exact same thing with the Cybercube here. At 75 to 100%, rock music and hip hop are almost unplayable. Now I played those sound examples at 75% just so you can start to hear exactly what I'm talking about at the minimum level. 75% is right where it starts to go bad. Actually wasn't that bad with a couple, say for example that country song that I played and the pop song that I played, because there were some vocals even at 75% sounded pretty good, and the acoustic guitar that was in the country song I still think sounds pretty good. But to my ears, rock and hip hop, no go, especially if it has a lot of bass. So my final thoughts are, is this a good sounding speaker for its size? Yes, absolutely. Would I recommend the Wild Go to an audiophile? Absolutely not. But I would recommend it to a casual music listener that just needs something portable, something palm size like this. Don't want to really take up a lot of space in your backpack or even in your pockets. This thing can fit pretty nicely in your pockets. So in that regard, I think that's where the Wild Go really shines. But if you're looking to have very high quality, very clear music at high volumes, I think you should give this a pass. But if you like lighter pop music or lighter country music or even classical music, even at 75%, even at 100%, I think this does a pretty decent job. But like I said, with any heavier hip hop music with heavy bass or heavier rock music, heavy metal, just forget about it. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the Muzen Wild Go? Now if you want to check this out for yourself, I will leave links down below in my description box. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go!